Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I didn't expect to see you here tonight.
No, I didn't expect to be here tonight either, to be perfectly honest. But I stepped in last minute to help Hannah Bagley out with her. I did a little exhibition fight tonight with her, so yeah.
And how was it? Because you've been in fights as big as it can get for women's boxing. A little bit different, I suppose, because I could see you pulling punches. So I suppose it's not, you're not going to go in there and have a tear up. Your friends as well. So I don't know. What's that experience like? I suppose.
It was, do you know what, it was all about Hannah tonight. It was kind of like a debut for her. She sold loads of tickets and had loads of support, and I know how frustrating it is when your debut gets cancelled, because mine was cancelled 3 or 4 times. It's just the difficulties of women's boxing because there's just not as many of us. So getting opponents can be quite hard. When they asked me last minute, I was like, yeah, why not? It is hard though. An exhibition fight is probably harder than doing like a full-blown fight, because you're not actually allowed to throw everything you want to throw or at full power, or you're just moving around so that they can get used to it. But actually a lot harder than it looks.
And what did you take from being in there with Hannah, from about what perhaps she can go on to do? Obviously only 3 rounds, and like I said, you were pulling shots and so was she, I suppose. But what did you take from those 6 minutes?
I think she said to me she wanted to go out there and showcase that she's been working on her boxing skills, and that she had working on some angles and some head movement, and I could definitely see that she's been working on that and coming through. So there's loads of things that she wants to work on, and she's just a baby in the beginning right now. So, but I'm excited to see how she develops in time for her actual debut, which is going to be in Scotland on the 31st of July. So, but I think she's doing really well.
Yeah, her debute's going to be in Scotland, and I don't think there's anyone better to sit there and big up Scottish fans, Scottish boxing for me. So she's going to have a hell of a debut, isn't she?
Absolutely, and of course I'm going to be there. I'm hopefully going to be doing some commentary for the night, and having just done her debut, I can talk about that. And also, Scottish boxing fans are some of the, in fact, I'm going to say it, I'm biased, they're the best in the world. So they'll get behind her and support her, and she's going to have a fantastic night.
The comment section arguments are coming now down below. You said that Scottish boxing, but I didn't say it, she said it. So last time I caught up with you was Peterborough, the disappointment of the Savannah Marshall pull-out first time, and then obviously you did for defeat, and then you went out to South Africa and you had an 8-rounder out there and won. So last time I saw you since then, everything's happened pretty much.
Yeah, sorry. I think every time I see you, I've been to a different continent or something like that. So when I last saw you, the Savannah Marshall fight had just fallen through because Peter Fury had got COVID, and then we had the fight after that. So that was at middleweight, and after that, I then fought out in South Africa, in Cape Town, but I dropped down to welterweight, which was definitely more my weight class. And I fought a 2-time South African champion, dominant performance. I was really pleased. And Cape Town's amazing. If you get a chance to go there, definitely go. I'm happy at welterweight, super welterweight divisions. These are the divisions I'm comfortable in, and I enjoy being in them as well. So it's been a busy time for me.
So with the Savannah fight being up at middleweight, sort of get to welter, that's where you're comfortable now, and put that to the back of your head, move on, and big things in the works.
Absolutely. So for me, my goal is always to become a 2 times world champion, and obviously pick up one of the big 4. That's what I'd like to do. I've obviously been the former IBO super welterweight world champion, so my goal is to pick up another world title. I think there's some things in the pipeline, really exciting times coming up with Fight Zone and Dennis Hobson Fight Academy, who we're going to be working closely with. So there's some big news coming, and hopefully a potential all-female card, which I will be headlining. So I'm very excited about that.
Well, Dennis did just tell me he is in love with female boxing. So when you say about an all-female card, that doesn't seem to surprise me.
No, and actually with the Fight Zone setup and Dennis Hobson then doing these shows, they've actually taken off really, really well, and the production's fantastic. It's a great setup. I've always wanted to fight in an outdoor arena, so I got to do that tonight, even though it was an exhibition fight. But I think he's really dragged boxing forward, especially during this pandemic situation, and given people a platform, and people are really enjoying it. So for there to be an all-female card coming up, that is some exciting news for me. And that shows that women's boxing is really definitely on the rise now.
And just finally, Hannah, before I let you go, I've got to ask you about your good friend and former foe, Clarissa Shields. She's taken to the mixed martial arts. I mean, obviously she has, Clarissa Shields just does what she wants, so she's taken to the mixed martial arts world, won on her debut, and I'm sure she's made a lot of money doing it, so I suppose you're going to tell me good things.
So I'm a massive fan of mixed martial arts anyway. So like the fact that she's decided to go into that, I'm not really surprised. There's more money for girls in it for sure. And also Clarissa is a fantastic athlete. I think that, you know, people kind of forget that side of her. They just see her as a boxer, but she's a fantastic overall athlete. So she's got that drive and determination to want to go and try something new, and we should give her massive props because MMA is hard work. There's a lot of disciplines involved and the training is brutal. And you know, going from a 3-weight division world champion to going to doing a debut again in a brand new sport, that's mental. Like imagine just picking another sport and going to do that. So yeah, no, I've got huge respect and I really admire her for that. Obviously, I know you guys are all wanting to talk about the Savannah Marshall Clarissa Shields fight. I know it's coming. I think she's just started off in MMA. She's made a good start in it, and when the money's right and the setting's right, I think they're going to come together. That fight will happen. She's not going to not do it. I know it's going to happen. I just don't know when it's going to happen.
In the meantime, you might as well get Sheilds Rankin too, but in a cage.
Well, you know, me and Chris have actually been talking about doing some training together because I've actually done some work on the mat before. I did Thai boxing as well, so for me it's actually not so far a leap for me to step over into that world. So when things open up again, I'm going to go over to America and we're going to do some training together, but we won't be fighting each other in the cage, no.
I'll cut the fact that you're not fighting each other out and we'll let the headlines roll. Yeah, Hannah, thank you for speaking to IFL TV. Good to see you again, and I will see you in, when's the Scottish one? 2-3 weeks time?
Yeah, 4 weeks. It's the 31st of July, so yeah, I'll see you there.